What is Starbucks NFT? The one NFT that is doing it right. We have a full unpacked podcast for you with some amazing guests today. We've got Foster on the bottom left side. Then we've got Daniel on the bottom right side. I will let Foster introduce himself, and then I'll let Daniel introduce himself. Okay? Foster, go ahead.
Right? Yo, what's up? Foster here. I have been working with NFTs and blockchains for about, I would say, almost 2 years now. Mainly through lots of product stuff. So I'm not as knowledgeable in the development stuff as these two geniuses are, but when it comes to any kind of business development stuff, that's me, bro. That's all me. So I take
Beautiful.
right now I'm working with some large IP holders to bring their NFT ideas to life. That's my gig.
Nice.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. I would love to hear more about
Beautiful.
your story and what you've been working on, because I know you worked even for a Hollywood company as well on NFT. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So I'd love to hear more about that. How about you, Daniel? Go ahead.
Hey everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm one of the developers working with Nas. Been in the NFT space within the last year. Joined actually one of Nas's workshops last year and have been developing in the space ever since. I've had the chance to
Yes.
work on some awesome projects like Perspective and a couple of other great ones to name off of. And looking forward to the journey and what we have in store today to talk about.
Beautiful, guys. All right. There we go. All right. Hope you guys are excited. Hope you guys are strapped in. I know you guys can hear this as well. But okay, so the topics that we are covering today are, the first one is going to be about Starbucks. Okay. So I'm excited to talk about that one, and how Starbucks is really just crushing in the NFT space right now, we feel like, right? Of course, there's a lot of, we're going to talk about the beef between Blur and OpenSea. That's right. OpenSea is going head to head between each other. And then we'll cover something about, it's called the Orb Decentralized Social Media app. I would love to talk about that. I heard about this from a friend of mine. And it's basically fully social media, fully on a decentralized chain, called Polygon, using something called a Lens protocol. So we can talk about that. And then finally, we'll talk about the Coinbase and how Coinbase is supposed to launch their Ethereum level 2 network. But that's pretty much it. Hey. Hey. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so starting out first with the Starbucks NFT, guys.
Yeah.
Let's just go into it. So one of the guys who's really deep into the Starbucks NFT right now is Daniel, correct? Daniel.
Yep.
Tell me a little about kind of how you got into it. Tell me a little bit more about kind of what is it, so all the audience kind of knows.
For sure. So how I found out about the program or what was even happening in the first place was because of a podcast. I don't know if you guys have heard Overpriced JPEG, Carly Riley, but
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love this her content, the guests she's able to get on, and she was able to get the team behind the project, the team behind building the Starbucks Odyssey project onto
Really?
her podcast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's got so many other big names on, and it's really awesome hearing her be able to chat with them and get their perspectives on why they're involved, and had the
Beautiful.
opportunity to see this one. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what, I had to sign up for this because I already like the regular Starbucks reward, so
Yeah.
I knew I wanted
Yeah.
to sign up for this one.
Yeah, those of you who are interested, all you have to do is go to Starbucks Odyssey. I believe it's called the Starbucks Odyssey, like that. And is it like this right here? The journey begins. Is that
Yeah.
correct? I agree.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
agree.
do that. Yeah.
Oh, and I just sign in. Oh, I just sign in and that's
Yeah.
it, pretty much, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah, so beta access, I know I had to get sent an email, so I basically signed
Yeah.
up with my email. And then the way the login works is you log in with your Starbucks rewards. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Mm-hmm.
email you sign up on the wait list with,
Mm-hmm.
that's the account you also use for your Starbucks rewards, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll use that exact same account to log into Odyssey.
Interesting, interesting. Okay.
Yep.
So let's touch more on that. Okay. So kind of what's the
Yep.
goal with this, right? Because I know here we can see that this is like one of their NFTs right here. It's called the Holiday Cheer Edition stamp.
Yep.
But it's not about the NFTs, I feel like. It's about, honestly, there's a lot more. It's honestly about the journeys, correct? So walk me through what
Yeah.
these journeys are.
So before I get into journeys, like the whole thing with the stamps and the NFTs you get from being a part of Odyssey is really cool. But
Mm-hmm.
the whole purpose of Odyssey is it's an extension of the Starbucks rewards program essentially, and it gives you access to these different journeys where you have to
Mm-hmm.
complete a set of activities, whether that's a virtual tour of their farm in Costa Rica or doing these quizzes and all these really cool activities that get you really involved in the coffee space. So if you're like really big into coffee, you're gonna learn a lot being a part of this. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so like, yeah, and I think one of the biggest things is like, in order to get those stamps, you have to do those journeys, correct?
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And each journey is just basically like a set of about 5 activities,
Mm-hmm.
which once you complete all 5, you'll have completed that entire journey, which
Interesting,
will reward
interesting.
you a stamp slash
What
NFT.
Gotcha.
what are the what are the activities? Like what do you have to do? Like the 5 things. Like is it like you have
Yeah.
to buy 5 coffees
So like
or
this coffee heritage, like what does this one do? The coffee
Mm.
heritage, discover the origins of the famous coffees. Like what is this? What are you supposed to do with this one?
Okay, so like the one with 5 coffees, that's a pretty spot on one because there's one where you have to buy a coffee once a week, 5 consecutive weeks to complete the challenge.
Really, which one is that one?
Um,
The
uh
from bean to cup, or which one?
I believe it's a coffee heritage where
Uh
it's
huh.
the activity is called try our signature drinks, where you have to basically try either like a tea, a coffee, one of their basic drinks. It
Uh
doesn't
huh. Uh
matter
huh.
which one, but as
Uh huh.
long as
Uh
you do
huh.
it consecutively, you'll
Ah, I see. I
eventually
see.
complete that challenge.
Yeah, and they even have, for example, like this. You see this one faster right here. It's like a from
yeah,
bean to
yeah.
cup. From bean to cup. This one is an example, right, of like,
Yep.
from bean to cup. Like learn about how Starbucks coffee is produced from start to finish, from seeding to your cup. And so it's a quiz. I'm guessing they fully ask you a quiz, and you have to answer
Oh,
this quiz
interesting.
to
Yeah.
fully go through it, right?
Oh,
Um,
So a lot of it is education.
yeah, it's
yes.
education and like more experience based. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole goal of Odyssey, which I love it. Even though I'm like maybe not the biggest coffee person, but it's a really cool experience learning about coffee and seeing what it's like. And you
Mm-hmm.
almost feel like you're a part of the like the process of making the coffee when playing around with these activities and journeys. It gives you
Yeah.
a different insight you've never really seen
Huh.
before, so it's
That's
pretty cool.
that's so cool you said that because that's like kind of the whole point of the program, isn't it? Is to get
Right.
the
Exactly.
Yeah.
customers more involved,
Yeah.
Exactly.
educate them, and just make them feel like they're part of the whole process.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Which
mean, the
is
fact that you said that, obviously they're doing something, right?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course, at the
Yeah,
same
it's
time, they're
great.
like making you buy coffee. They're like, okay, you have to buy 5 coffees.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
Buy
So
our
like,
coffee.
you have to buy 5 coffees in order for you to get a stamp.
yeah.
You know?
Okay, yeah. That's valid though. They do make you pay for some of the stuff, but I say a good 60-70% of it is you could do it off
For
your
free.
computer or
For
for
free.
free
Gotcha.
basically. On
Gotcha.
your
Gotcha.
phone, your tablet,
Gotcha.
Oh,
your
so
Gotcha.
not all the
device.
journeys are like buy a coffee, buy a tea, get a stamp. Some of them are like
No.
do this quiz or
Yeah.
Yeah.
learn about it and
Yeah.
then get a stamp. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So is that
Yeah.
like from
There's
bean to cup? I'm assuming that's like learn how to do it kind of thing.
so that one, yeah, that one's like learning about how the
This one.
coffee, like it says,
Oh,
from
it's the
start to
okay,
finish.
it's the quiz.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
it's
trivia
cool.
quiz,
That's cool.
and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
then okay, so let's say you finish one of these. Okay, let's say I know I see you finished it from
Yep.
bean to cup. Okay, I guess when you're done with that, you get like what, a stamp, correct? And in terms of
Yes, you get a
stamps,
you get
like
that.
it kind of looks like this: a stamp, bean to cup journey stamp right here, right? And
Yep.
that stamp is technically on the Polygon chain, right? Those of you who don't know,
Yep.
which that is pretty cool, I would say, right? Hey, what's up, Danny?
Okay.
Fearless is here. What's up? Hey, beautiful. What's
Hey,
up, Danny?
nice.
Good. Yeah, and so okay, you get a stamp, but the interesting thing is like some of these stamps, the first ones that are there, like they're going right now. I think they're going for like, let me see if I can find that information. Oh, there it is. Like the first
Yep.
stamp that was there is called the Holiday Chair Edition one stamp. Like they're going for like $1,700 right now,
That's so crazy.
which is insane, right?
Dude, it's wild.
Because there's only 5,000
5,000.
and it was the very first one.
Exactly.
that they did.
Exactly. It was a limited drop. Exactly. So
So
now you can see
Exactly.
right here. This is some people are selling it for like 29,000, 29,000, 11,000. You know, I really doubt people will
well,
buy it though. That much.
Andrew Marvel is selling it for 69
Yeah.
million. What a steal!
Yeah. I was about to
This
say,
go ahead. Go ahead.
the price will get
So
right.
here's a question. If I was to buy one of those holiday stamps, the old like the very first ones for
Yeah.
$1,700,
Yeah.
um, but I'm not a Odyssey member, can I still purchase it just off of Nifty Gateway?
Oh yeah.
And then can I still hold
It's
it in
Yeah.
my wallet?
oh yeah. Like obviously you won't be able to have Odyssey to access like stamps and things like that. You definitely have to be in it to get the stuff inside of it. But it's like any NFT on any secondary marketplace. Like
Yeah.
these are definitely they're
Right.
purchasable. They're free. People can
Yeah.
soon. People are gonna be able to eventually pay for these things with credit cards. Like
Oh,
they're trying to
Yeah.
really?
make it.
So
Yeah.
so what apart from, the process of obtaining these stamps, these NFTs,
Mm-hmm.
once you actually hold them in your wallet, whether it's in your loyalty rewards account or if you purchase it on the secondary, do you get any kind of utility with it, or is it just kind of a proof of record that you completed that journey?
Mm-hmm.
So the stamps, reading through and trying to understand it as much as possible. They have a Discord, so I ask questions whenever I can. Primarily, the utility is through completing it through getting the points from completing these journeys. The stamps are kind of like a symbol of recognition, like I did that or I just have it.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you also complete these journeys is you earn points. I don't know if you saw the points, like
Yeah, I'm showing them right now. These points right here.
yeah,
I'm sure.
So
I don't know if you can
exactly.
see that, Daniel,
So
but
take this with a pinch of salt because I don't buy Starbucks coffee. I'm not a part of their loyalty program at all.
what? You don't buy?
I know,
Oh,
I
because
know,
you're
I know.
Canadian. You're those
I'm
guys.
Canadian, I know. So
Exactly.
when you collect points, like if we're not even talking about Odyssey right now, if you're just
Yeah.
buying coffees and you collect points, you can use those points to then buy coffees, correct?
Mm, so the way it works on regular Starbucks rewards is you just
Hmm.
earn what's called stars. Those stars get you the basic level of Starbucks rewards, like you get a free drink to
Okay.
up to the point to where you can get like some merchandise.
Hmm.
Points is a new system within Starbucks that I haven't seen before until Odyssey. So
Hmm.
these points are giving you access to more than what the stars can get you alone, which you'll
Hmm.
earn through the journeys and through getting stamps.
Interesting,
Okay.
interesting. And
Okay.
Yeah.
so for these one, and I think you also one thing you mentioned to me, which you didn't
Yes.
point out here, is that basically like if you completed certain points, basically like
Yep.
they have like these benefits, and I see like these benefits are gonna start to
Yes.
come. I think April 2023, right here, right? So I guess they're
Oh,
Yep.
gonna be
okay.
yeah, so they're gonna be rolling out these benefits in 2023,
Got it.
basically. Um, and so I think one of the things that you mentioned, Daniel, was that it's like they'll be able to, for example, like get a tour of like one of Starbucks, get a full on tour of like a Starbucks factory and where they make the coffee,
Yeah.
or where they produce the coffee, that kind of stuff. So I think that's gonna be one of the
Yeah.
benefits is like, a tour of the
Yeah.
coffee place. Maybe you get this or get that. We don't know what, but that's kind of something that we have heard so far. You know.
And that is correct. So what's funny is one of the activities you complete is a virtual tour of one of the farms in Costa Rica, and that's one of the things you could win, like a free trip out there to actually visit the farm in real life.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah,
But like, only thing is like, I feel like is like the stamps don't really give me like the only like that's my only I guess gripe is like the NFTs themselves don't have any crazy value. I guess it's just kind of like
yeah.
the points that have the value, and then the stamps are
It's
kind
it's
of
like
there.
it's
Yeah,
like the
go ahead.
stamps are just
But
showing that you did the work to get the points. Like it
Yeah,
sounds like
I
more the
guess.
points
pretty
are
much,
what's
yeah,
are what's valuable. It's not the stamps that are valuable. The
yeah,
stamps are just showing that you got the points. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it.
yeah. That's how
it
I've seen
It's
it
just
too.
cool
Yeah,
though. It's a cool way to introduce art. Like I'm
Yeah,
sure they're working
yeah.
with some great artists on it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. Danny, one of the guy, one of my students in the comments, he's like, "How could you not be a loyal member of Starbucks?" Someone hook him up. So he said.
I
That's hilarious.
I don't I
Oh
can't even
man.
I signed up for the Odyssey beta, but they were like, you're in Canada, so we
So
can't
yeah,
accept you.
we don't fucking like you at
Yeah.
all. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
guess
like
so.
even the really cool, it's like, I mean, they do have, for example, like even the contract, those of you who want to get more technical side of things, like their contract, we looked through it as well. It's a pretty simple contract in terms of like, in terms of functionality. You have your normal token URI function, you've got your normal base URI function, you've got your normal mint NFT functions you can see right here,
Yeah.
mint functionalities, like what NFTs you're minting, what IPFS hashes you're minting. In which case, I guess that's a little bit different in that case because you're actually specifying the IPFS hashes, which is the NFTs, the JSONs themselves, you know. But it's nothing crazy, as you probably notice here,
Yeah.
right? It's just you're minting your normal NFTs. So yeah, we looked through it and there wasn't anything that like stood out. Like, okay, this is really cool, you know. But this reminds me, we should actually talk about soulbound tokens at some point later on, in the
Oh
future.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. I would love
Sure.
to chat about that. Have you heard
Very
about
interesting.
that? Have you heard about that, Foster,
yeah.
soulbound tokens?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've been pretty
Those
cool.
are I don't know. I know we don't want to get into it right now, but those are things that I will see are more attached to identity than anything.
Yeah, yeah. They're exactly, and like right now, there's nothing crazy about them because soulbound tokens right now are just simply NFTs that cannot be traded. like, if you want to think
Yeah,
about it that
that's
way,
it.
it's like they just removed the transfer function.
Yeah.
Boom, new name.
Like Vitalik would probably give a different definition, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so, but I think hopefully one day that they will actually be more tied to you, actually. Right now, they're just tied
Yeah.
to kind of like your smart contract, your wallet address. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think we pretty much covered a lot about Starbucks. So those of you who are interested in
Oh, yeah.
getting into it, you just have to type in Starbucks Odyssey and then kind of go from there. But that's kind of it from there, okay? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, let's chat about Blur and OpenSea. So what's going on with that? I know, Foster, you've been deep in that as well. What do you know
Oh really?
about their head-to-head?
Blur is literally just sweeping the floor on NFT transactions right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I mean, they're pretty chain agnostic, so you can buy pretty much anything on it.
Like any chain,
and the
no matter if
fact,
it's like no matter if it's like Polygon or Ethereum or
yeah,
Solana.
yeah.
Really?
So, yeah. So, I mean, if you look at it, like, why would you buy from OpenSea when there's just a faster and lower transaction fee option? Like,
Yeah.
what is like
Yeah.
why especially like, okay, so here's my thing. If you're native to Web3, like if you get
Mm-hmm.
NFTs
Mm-hmm.
and you have been, active on Twitter, on Discords, like what Blur is and how it's working. I think
Yeah.
Blur
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a obvious choice and option for people who are more native to it. I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mhm.
I kind of like how I look at it. OpenSea is like what's a good analogy? OpenSea is like for the newbies, for like the new people. Blur is a little
Yeah.
bit. It's the UI, the UX is amazing. I love it.
For
It's a
Blur.
little bit. Yeah, it looks
Really?
really cool, right?
Like, I mean, I think the dark theme of it is like, I think it's what's like one of the coolest things for sure, and it's like very
Yeah,
retro.
but like
It feels very retro like. I don't I guess I don't know.
totally.
Mhm.
But what I mean, if you scroll down a little bit,
Hold on, I need to connect my wallet. Hold
oh yeah,
on.
connect it.
Oh, MetaMask. I hope I don't have to type in my password.
They use Wallet Connect, which is perfect.
Love it. Love it.
Connect. Sign. How many signatures do I need to do? Oh, I am a collector. Color theme. Let's do dark mode. There we go. Done.
So
Okay.
so here's what I
There's
mean, is that
a lot
when
of
you're
data
looking,
on here.
So that's what I mean. When you're looking at Blur, there is so much information to look at. If you're a
Yeah.
newbie trying to buy an NFT, you don't know what the fuck you're looking at or
Yeah.
what you're doing. Like, whereas if you go to OpenSea, it's a lot more user friendly.
Yeah, I would agree with
They're
that. Yeah,
they're
that
they're
yeah.
just like they show you the floor price, they show you the volume, and they show you
Mhm.
the fucking JPEGs, and that's it.
And that's all
There's
you need
no
to know.
data, there's no analytics, there's no information about volume or
They
a
have
little
some
bit of information
analytics.
volume.
They're getting better because like if you look at it
So
here, right? This is better now.
exactly. This is a
Yes.
new feature they've added, which is great.
Yes.
But
Yes.
Blur just gives it all to you. They're just like splattered on the page, like here, take it. This is shoving it down your throat. This is the information for you.
Okay,
Right
but where are here? Because okay, I am new to Blur here, right?
Yeah.
Where here do we have things like things like analytics? Like where can I find analytics on here, for example?
I mean, they're all at the top bar there. So
Yeah, but like I
everything.
want to see graphs.
Try going to. Go to
Like
the
how?
gearbox on the side over there.
Okay. Oh, OpenSea
Uh,
flags. What the hell is OpenSea? Oh, it means
no.
it's an OpenSea or something. Is that
So
what
it
it means?
shows you
Yeah.
because it congregates all marketplace listings for
Ah,
you on
interesting,
it.
interesting,
That's what it
interesting.
does.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to
Click
see like
the
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to think. Maybe I should open it on my page too. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I feel like I don't really see much. Oh, this is a nice view, actually. I like this view a lot. Actually, this is a cool view. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a cool view. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God,
Bids.
so many transactions. You're right.
I like this. I like
Sign,
this graph
sign,
right
sign.
here. This is like how many bids there are for for what price, 14
Yeah.
and 30. That's a pretty nice way to view it. Um,
Oh, 30-day sales. There it is.
do I need to change
So I'm
my
looking at.
network to Ethereum? Let me see here.
No,
Yeah,
I'm looking at. Go to items. Go back to items,
Okay.
and then you're go to the small list beside token ID. There, go to small
Oh,
list.
like right here, the
Yeah.
depth right here. Is that like right
So
there?
so there's a little arrow, and if you go to the beside the little gearbox, the gear icon, you can go to
Uh-huh.
the list items. So
Yeah,
nope,
it's right
beside
here.
it.
Right here,
Well,
right?
that you can list. You can just. I'm just saying you can also go through list instead of using the big icons, which makes it easier to see all the total sales and stuff.
Ah, like this. You mean
Yeah,
like
there
this?
there
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
So
guess
Wow.
yeah, I see, I see, I see, I see. And this shows the trajectory of like what depth? The fuck is that? Oh, like I guess
so
let
how
me
many
show.
how many sales? Hold on, gas
Oh, how many
priority.
sales depending per wait, what? How many? Huh? Okay. Let's just go to sales here. Let's see. Sales. Okay, this makes more sense. This makes more sense to me. Right there. Right there. 7-day, 30-day. So I can see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. Like I think OpenSea is still pretty good with its like it has different type of graphs.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's bad. I just think Blur right now because I think Blur is really hot right now because of its optional fee stuff.
hmm
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because what
Optional royalties.
differentiates this with this is the fact that the royalties on Blur are optional. So when you buy an NFT, you can it can actually optionally select if you want to pay royalties to the creator,
hmm
right? Which I don't know.
Yep.
What do you think about that? Like what are your thoughts on that? I feel like a lot of people are like 50-50, which is like some people like it cuz like those who are traders don't have to pay royalties to the creators. The creators hate it, of course. Like what are your thoughts on that, guys?
Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, so I mean, I'm so on it. I mean, I get it could be a little pricey, but I see royalty fees as being a great way of being able to pay the creators for all the work they put into a lot of
Yeah.
these projects. And Blur has really been made to be built for not just collectors, but really traders, people who have been like so long into the space and really want a next level tool and be able to get good deals on like the trades. So Blur's been the kind of the marketplace for that.
Mhm.
But at this point, there's really no one really enforcing royalties at this point because OpenSea is becoming a lot more lenient on their
Yeah.
policy, especially because of Blur taking more market share over pretty much everything.
So
And
so do you guys think
yeah,
that we'll get to a point where all royalties for NFTs are going to be optional?
Um, I think so, and I think that whatever platform is going to be, handling the transactions, they're
Mm-hmm.
just going to follow Blur's, uh, I don't know
Yeah.
method. So
Mm.
if it's optional and you choose to purchase it and support the creator, you'll
Mm-hmm.
get a governance token as a
Mm-hmm.
reward almost, which you can use
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
more benefits within purchasing that
Yep.
platform. So that's how Blur
Interesting.
does it right now, I think. So if you support the creative, you get Blur tokens, which you can use as
Mm-hmm.
a additional whatever when purchasing other
Interesting.
NFTs from it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
I think it's only a matter of time until we see an OpenSea token.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so as well.
Oh,
Oh, this is actually
I
I stumbled
like
upon
it.
this right now. NFT NYC general admission pass. That's pretty cool.
I remember
Yeah,
when
it's pretty cool.
Magic Eden uh changed their entire protocol for the secondary royalties.
Really, really.
They made everything optional.
Yep.
The
This
entire
is
Yep.
thing.
this
And
is
people were
okay.
losing their mind.
This is where okay. I question this a little bit because like think about it for a business. Let's just say they launch an NFT and they're bringing value to the community, right? And let's just say it's a business that actually is bringing value to the community. Let's just say, okay,
Mm.
right? Shouldn't they be compensated for it to continue to build value? Is my thought on that, or like otherwise, like what I see these NFT projects, they keep on releasing new NFTs because like they just don't have enough cash to run an NFT project, you know like I guess what are your thoughts on that? Because like that's the biggest thing for me right now, as as we're thinking about how do we launch our own NFT and so forth. Is like how do you make this thing more scalable to a point where like okay, well, the user gets the benefit, of course, and because they get to be part of the community, they get all the they get all the benefits of being of having an NFT, for example, and all the benefits that come with that, right? But then, okay, then how do you make that where it's like it's not just a one-stop shop? Okay, I did an NFT and that's it, and now I'm supposed to live for 20 years on whatever I made from that. Like for a business, like as for business, like how do you scale that? That's the biggest question I always have in my mind, right? That that's constantly. It's like okay, well, that's cool, but to me, it just kind of feels like these type of situations are just temporary.
Yeah. You mean the secondary royalties?
No, I mean like
Like,
the fact that like without the secondary royalties and stuff like that, it feels to me like NFTs are just gonna become more temporary. Like, oh,
oh,
NFT, this NFT is just only for the event submission, just event tickets, and that's it,
yeah. I
right?
mean, I think when you start getting into that realm, you kind of have to differentiate between POAPs and NFTs. I think
Mm-hmm.
POAPs are going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
I got a POAP a couple weeks ago for attending like what was it, like a not a podcast, AMA or something.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
like it's cool. And it doesn't do anything for the business. There's no financial incentive for the business at all. Um,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but what
Yeah.
I think it but what I think it does do is create more create more not transparency, but more social proof. I think social proof is a great way to describe it for the
Yeah.
company, which is
Yeah.
going
I
to
can
then
see what you
allow
mean
them
by it.
to offer more to more people, to the wider
Yeah.
community.
I
So
can see that. I can see that for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah. Can you talk about a little more about
Mm-hmm.
pull-ups? So for those people who don't know what pull-ups is.
yeah, it's a proof of attendance protocol. So they're
Yep.
basically just they're I mean, the easiest way to say it is like it's an NFT proving that you went somewhere. That's the easiest, most simple way. And that's all it
Literally.
does. It doesn't it there's no utility, there's not you don't get
Mhm.
anything with it. It's just proving that you went to this
and
thing.
it's a
And
very
it's
cool
cool.
and it's a very
Yeah.
simple way of like there's like no fees. For example, yesterday I got a pull up for
No.
attending like an event, for example, a Web3 event yesterday here in Detroit, and I got like a small little pull up, but yeah, it's like and there's like no fees, no nothing, which I don't know how they do that. Are they using what kind of protocol they're using? What kind of do you know
I
that?
haven't looked at their developer documentation thoroughly. I
Mm-hmm.
assume it's a
Mm-hmm.
pretty simple process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
uh I had something on the tip of my tongue. What was I gonna say? Nah, I've lost it.
You lost
Anyways,
it. Okay, it's
they're
okay.
really cool.
Continue.
They're really cool.
Yeah, they
I
really
think
are.
that they're I think that I hope that they get larger, like they become more well used.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
oh, this is what I was gonna say. So
Uh-huh.
I would love to see them implement a way to do it on, and I'm sure some people have done this, and I just haven't found it yet, but to do it on mobile for people that are not native to Web3. So very simply, here's a
Oh no,
QR code.
they already have that. They have that
They
already.
do have that? Perfect. So
That's what
here's
I
a
did
QR
yesterday.
code,
Yeah.
Yeah.
scan
Mm-hmm.
it, claim your POAP, done.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to actually make like a little small app with pull-up. That'd be really awesome. Maybe we can
Oh, yeah.
contact them and see how maybe they can help us out and we can help
I want to
them as
make one.
well.
I want to make one for. It's my birthday in a couple weeks, and on my
Oh,
birthday party,
beautiful.
on my
Okay.
Yeah.
birthday party, I want to make a POAP and give it to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
here's your first foray into Web3. Everybody, you're gonna get a POAP for attending my birthday party.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, for the
That's good.
the pull-up side thing is pretty interesting. Like I mean, like right now, yes, it shows that you attended something, right? But that is that attendance NFT could potentially later on be something more that you get as a result, right? Again, you
Yeah,
know,
you
yeah,
redeem it for a future event maybe, or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. So yes. Anyways, what happened between Blur and OpenSea? Going back to that.
Oh right,
Um,
we were talking about this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
Blur did lower the platform fees, of course. People in the comments, I don't know how to say it. Shadat is saying pre-happy birthday, bro. He's still telling you happy birthday.
Oh,
But
thanks.
anyways, yeah. So Blur lower their platform fees, of course. All the royalties are
Mhm.
pretty much optional. And so as a result, OpenSea lowered their fees to zero as a result temporarily. And so we'll see kind of what OpenSea follows up with Blur in terms of royalties. But what happened with Blur was that Blur listened to was allowing people who were listing their NFTs on OpenSea to be sold on Blur. And so hence a lot of people who were listing on OpenSea lost trust because people were buying their NFTs with no royalties.
hmm
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's understandable. I think it comes back to professional NFT traders and people who have experience. Like they know that you're able to do these things. I would
Yeah.
assume, I would assume this is an assumption that a lot of the
Mhm.
people who lost trust in
Mhm.
OpenSea are people who are not aware of Blur's capabilities and like how exactly NFT listings work. It's all on
Yeah.
the blockchain.
Yeah.
Everybody can access it and sell it anywhere they want. You can
Yeah.
list on multiple marketplaces.
Yeah.
So
True. 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 True.
that
True. True.
that's my
True.
take.
Yeah. 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 I guess we'll see. We'll see kind of how that rolls around in the near
Oh, yeah.
future. With between Blur and OpenSea. So beautiful. That's all
Mhm.
cool. Next thing I want to talk about is this thing called the Orb. The Orb decentralized
Yeah,
social media app.
I don't know anything about this. I saw this. You posted this in Discord a couple days ago. I've never heard of
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, yeah. So this one is basically a social media. If you want to think about almost like Twitter, and it kind of looks like Twitter. I mean, it literally looks like Twitter, right?
Basically.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah, yeah,
Twitter clone.
yeah.
Okay.
Brendan says one of the biggest issues in the community is. Let me go and expand his stuff. Let me go and expand it like this. There we go. He's saying one of the biggest issues in the community is so needy, requires multiple full-time collab managers, moderators, and marketers, calculations of pumps instead of a good product. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I agree with you, Brendan. You know, yeah, very true. I feel that's a very big issue still in the space right now, which is just a lot of kind of pump and dumps. A lot of people are just not focusing on the product. They're not focusing on bringing good value to the product itself, right? And that's the issue. Yeah. I think that moving forward, NFTs are going to go from not from NFT to product, but the opposite, and the product to NFT. You know what I mean? I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think it's going to go from, product to NFT, which is like you build a product, you build a large following, you build, trust with a ton of people, you provide a ton of value, and then you provide NFT as a result of that, which then it takes it to the next level pretty much. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it depends on what they're trying to solve with it. Like when you're developing a product, whether if you're still in Web 2, traditional business, or if you're a fully blockchain or Web 3 company,
Yeah.
in the end,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you're doing. It depends what you're solving for the customer.
Yeah, exactly.
And a
Exactly.
question that I get a lot, so just an example, I work from a co-working space sometimes
Mm-hmm.
in my city, and
Mm-hmm.
there's this guy who works there, French guy, really
Mm-hmm.
funny. He
Mm-hmm.
is building and developing it's almost like a special Zoom program for therapists and like psychologists and stuff, where it's like
Interesting.
fully
Okay.
immersive space and
Okay.
whatever. It's your face sitting in a chair, whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he came up to me one day. He's like, "Hey, like I'm thinking about, introducing NFTs into my program here."
Okay.
And I knew what his product was, and I thought it was like, and I asked him, I was like, "Well, why do you want to do it?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and he like just stopped. He's like, "Well, I did, it's just they're cool and they're fun and they sell." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but what do they do for you? And what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Why do your customers need this? What do they
Yeah.
sell? You can't just make it just cause."
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
that's kind of how I look at it. Do the NFTs actually need to do anything? Will they do
Yeah.
anything? Is the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Before it used to be like that, which is like just launch an NFT and you'll just figure some shit out, right?
Yeah,
And like everybody will
literally.
just buy stuff, right? Nowadays it's so different. Nowadays it's it's not a lot of the money is gone from the market, number one, because one, the market is complete shit right now, and on top of that, we just have a lot less people in the space. Some people have less trust. FTX shit went down, and then hence that lowered people's expectations and so forth. And yeah, I agree. But nowadays, I feel like too many people, they launch these NFT projects. They talk about the lore. They talk about, and they're like, but we have the lore, but we have all this, we have the lore, and the this, and the this.
Yeah, the
And people are just
stories.
like, and you're just trying to convince people so hard. And when I see people trying to convince people so hard, that's when I do know you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Here's the customer story, the user story, last year and the year before.
Yeah,
As a user, I want to own a JPEG of a monkey.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
that's your problem. That's what you're solving. That's the NFT product right there. You're going to give
yeah.
them a monkey picture. Now it's like actual business models. Like as a user, I want to be able to do X, Y, Z because I have troubles with,
This,
A, B,
this,
C.
this.
And
Yeah,
then you have to
yeah,
develop the product around that because
yeah.
people aren't just buying the JPEG monkeys anymore.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's
I, I,
very
I have a
different. It's very
question.
different.
I have a
Yeah.
question for you guys because as NASA Web, you guys work with lots of projects and you get probably approached by a ton of projects. When you have a project approach you and they kind of pitch to you and explain to you what they're doing, do you ever get a lot of like, oh, but we have lore and this is the story and this is what we're offering? Do you ever have to talk to them and be like, hey, like, we like it, but this isn't enough? Does that ever happen?
For our projects, right? Like, well,
Yeah.
when we were building projects before, it was a lot of it was like, it was the lore, but it was also a lot of valuable stuff that they were trying to bring to the table, which it wasn't just the lore, you know. Um, like we haven't had too many projects, but what the problem sometimes becomes is too many projects depend too much on the lore, thinking it's like that's the main thing that
Hmm.
people want, right? Which maybe to some degree, depending on what you're doing, might be right. You're trying to build a story, uh, but at this day and age, at this point, it's more than that, and so nowadays, like we ask more questions. It's like, okay, well, how do you see this going? What are you actually going to bring to the table? This does not include the lore. Are you going to bring anything physical
Hmm.
potentially to the market, right? Which that is pretty cool, actually. If you bring like a physical, for example, let's just say a physical manga or a physical actual book, or that relies on NFT, that in itself is really awesome, right? There's a lot of, for example, some people are launching actual merchandise that are connected to your NFT, which is physical products to digital goods, right? And there's so much
It was like
value.
Rens, what you guys did for Rens, right?
Yeah,
The sweaters.
kind of like rents. Yeah, that's right. But then one more, I think his name is, this guy's name is called G Money, I believe. G Money. Let me see if I can find G Money. Let me see if I can find gmoney.eth. I believe it's gmoney. Gmoney. Is it this guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, here. Right here. I like his stuff right here. So this is called
Oh, cool.
90cc. Yeah, a 90cc is simply his like that's the last four characters of the company's wallet address. So that's the name
Oh,
90cc. Yeah. And you can see it's like a really just quality shirt. For example, I think they have a shirt. I believe they also have a hoodie. But these collections are fully NFTs, right? And every single shirt is connected to an NFT directly. And so if you buy one, you actually buy one like this on OpenSea first, and then you can
oh.
get an actual shirt as a result.
s- So in the bottom, on the bottom of the shirt there, is there like a QR code you scan, or just it's just
Yeah,
the
it's
blockchain information?
I believe it's an actual QR code, and it's actually the NFT ID correlated to your ID.
Okay, so does the when a new purchaser owns it, like if
Mm-hmm.
somebody sells it to someone else, does the
Yes.
NFT update on the shirt?
So
Like
that
how to, like if it's
exactly.
a physical item?
So I don't necessarily know fully how that works out yet in terms of like if you resell it, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, like in terms of like I
Or
don't really know.
maybe it was just like it's one sale only. Like that was and that's it. I
I
don't know
don't
how they would
know.
do that, but
This could be okay. Okay, this could be a few things. One, it could be like if you don't like if you buy the NFT that represents the shirt, you can still sell it and resell it, right? And
mhm.
keep reselling it until someone redeems it potentially. Right? At which
Yeah.
point, when you redeem the shirt, then they'll actually send it to whoever is the last person to redeem it, right? And then I think that's pretty much it, because I don't think you're gonna sell a shirt that you used again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to buy a used shirt. You know what I mean? Unless that shirt is like something really special. I don't know.
I love buying used shirts. I collect vintage t-shirts,
Oh, you
graphic
do
tees.
really? Oh, so
Yeah.
maybe
I've got
maybe
like
you do. I don't know. You know?
but this is not vintage. This is very new.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, any NFT issued by 4K is redeemable for its physical counterpart anytime. To redeem, go to this right here. So that's what
Oh,
happens is you redeem the shirt basically,
and
and
then they
that's pretty
make a
much it.
brand new one for you. Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, that's an expensive fucking t-shirt. What's point seven ETH right now? Like
One
$1,000?
thousand
Holy
bucks,
shit.
man. One
Oh
thousand
my
bucks.
God.
Oh man.
I mean, it's
One
cool, but
thousand.
holy shit.
Wow.
$1,000 t-shirt, that's wild.
I mean, I think it is clean. I do like it. I think it's really clean in terms of the way it's made, right? Like, even look at this
If
intro.
I Yeah, this is pretty dope. Yeah,
Like,
it's
I don't
pretty
know
cool.
if you guys can hear if you guys can hear it,
Um,
but
no, I can't hear
yeah,
it.
unfortunately you can't. Yeah, but yeah, this is a really cool intro basically inside here. Like, look at this.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And like, so this is all like, of course, 3D and so forth. I wish you guys can hear the system. Well, actually, maybe you can. Hold on, let me see. Let me do the system audio here. Hold on. Maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I can't help myself.
Oh, Snowfall.
No, I can't help myself.
Yeah, really cool, huh?
He did it with
Yeah.
Snowfro too.
Huh?
Chromie Squiggles. That's
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
With Chromie Squiggles, though, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So I think that kind of stuff is more so exciting. I think NFTs for I think NFTs for like things like games is gonna be pretty exciting, right? Because they really do bring a ton of value into that space, But yeah, I just think a lot of things will change, and I don't really know how fully yet, but I think it will change. Um,
Yeah.
See, Danny says I would like to do it if the NFT shirt, the new owner would get a new shirt sent to the new owner. Yeah, I think that's actually the case. Is the new shirt is sent to the new owner? I believe it's like they redeem a new shirt. Basically, I believe that's kind of how it happens.
Here's the thing with that though, is that if you buy it, if you buy
Uh-huh.
the NFT and you get the t-shirt and you pay the $1,000 and they make one and they mail it to you, okay, you
Yeah.
have that physical item.
Yeah.
When you sell the NFT again, you still have the shirt with all the information on it. The live physical shirt doesn't update, so then it has false blockchain information on it.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's the only thing.
I don't know how
So
that works. That's
these
the thing.
these would be cool as fuck if they were soulbound tokens.
Oh, they're like one and done.
Yeah,
One and
that
done.
would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, don't.
But
I'll have to look. Yeah, maybe I'll have to look into it a little bit
anyways,
deeper. But yeah. But still, I think it's for. Yeah, it's still. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
it's
I guess.
interesting.
But yeah,
Okay, orb.
someone said yeah, orb. Yeah. Anthony said, what are your thoughts on soulbound tokens? I think we chatted about that. We do like soulbound tokens in terms of like this can be something that's tied directly to your identity. But all they are just soulbound tokens. All they are just pretty much NFTs that have the transfer function removed. Like I thought they were fancy, but they're really not that fancy, right? It's an ERC 721 token. It just specifies that if you minted it, it stays with you forever. And so yeah,
Yeah, think like medical records, driver's license,
exactly.
university degree.
That's true.
Things like
That I think is where soulbound tokens are gonna be very popular in that
100%.
aspect.
Yeah, I agree.
Philson said redeemable NFTs are hard, man. Yeah, they're difficult. Yeah. They're difficult to do. Like, how do we tie in a physical product to a digital product? I don't fucking know. Like yeah, you can have a QR code, but like.
So what makes it difficult?
What?
Though?
Okay, hold on. What if you put like a little tiny machine, like a little tiny, like small little, like. If they put like those scanner, what the fuck is this called? Not a scanner, but you can
Fob?
scan. Huh? No.
Fob?
No, and not NFTs. NFC. I think it's called NFC.
NFC?
Yeah, NFC, right? NFC chip, right? NFC chip.
Oh, near field, whatever.
Yeah, NFC
comms.
chip.
Yeah.
If they put an NFC chip into every single, if they put an NFC chip into every single into every single shirt, then because NFC chip is digital, right? You can tie that specifically directly to to what's it called? That kind of I think would make it easier, but of course it's costly. Yeah.
As Yuki did that.
Yeah. And someone asked a question, hey, Naz, do you have a Web3 course running? I do have a Web3 course. It's a workshop. If you're interested in that, just I have them send me a DM or just send me a message in the comment down in the under this YouTube, or send me a DM on Instagram. I'll be happy to get to you. Beautiful. Orb. So I've actually used it. I've actually tried it out. The orb. Yeah, I have looked into it. They're using Polygon. So basically all your data is saved on Polygon, which that is pretty awesome. And they're using something called the Lance protocol, which I'm not sure if you guys heard about the Lance protocol. Have you heard about that, Daniel?
Yeah, actually, I was just listening to a podcast from the main guy behind the Lens Protocol, which is pretty cool the way it works. I definitely need to do a little more research on it, but the protocol, like out of all the other protocols that are surrounding social media on Web3, this has probably been the best one up to this point with the way it works. And like each tweet from like what he was talking about, I gotta make sure to do some research on it. It's basically like an NFT that gets like almost like minted when you send out like tweets and things of that nature.
Yeah, so from my understanding, the Lens protocol, what it does is you have your normal Polygon chain, of course, right? But you of course tying all the information together, in terms of the messages to the user, everything else together, like that's not easy. And also data on the chain is also not easy searchable. So I think what Lens protocol does is it makes it easily searchable, and it ties everything to you, right? It says here it's a Web3 social graph on the Polygon proof of stake blockchain. So it's a social graph that ties everything that you're doing. So like, for example, it ties in your messages, it ties in, your profile information, everything, so that it's very easy searchable and easy to actually showcase on the Orb social media program. It'd be cool to actually build something on top of this. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that so far. I don't know, what do you guys think? Foster?
Oh.
Let's see what I got.
So here's my thing about Web3
Yeah.
social media. I think this is great. I think I don't know too much about Lens. I think any kind of building anything on top of social media for
Mm-hmm.
blockchain stuff is cool.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing is looking at it product wise and customer wise. Like if you want people to use blockchain technology with social media,
Yeah.
creating a new social media network isn't the way to do it.
Really? Okay.
There is no way in fucking hell that a social media Web3 community platform is going to bridge 1 billion people from Instagram and just come use the, hey guys, come use this one. It's just not going to happen.
What if? But what
You'd be
if?
surprised.
Like you'd be surprised.
Sure.
Like
Hey
what,
man,
what if? Like for example,
I
on
will-
here, okay. So on here, for example, I'll show you here. On here, this is the orb, right? I'm using right now. And on here, for example, you can actually
Okay.
sell your own music. What if you can sell your own music, for example, and that's also these are directly yours, right?
So, and that's really cool. And I love all those things about blockchain and the decentralization of all of it. Like that's awesome. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that why get consumers or users from a different platform and bring them to a different one? Why not just go where they already are?
Okay, but then you have to change all of Facebook, and that means Facebook has to change.
So
And
Meta,
good luck with
yeah.
that.
So Meta introduces using Lens protocol on Instagram. That's what I'm trying to say. I think
Yeah,
that makes way
yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, if they did that, yeah, but I really doubt they'll do that. I really
So
doubt
here,
it. Like,
and
it's
that's the whole other side of the conversation. Like, is a fucking company like Meta gonna do that? Probably not.
no, definitely not.
No.
I don't
I mean,
think it's ever
they
gonna do
do-
that, no.
The fact that they've already allowed the ability to share NFTs on Instagram is mind blowing to me.
Yep.
So I think that's cool and it's a great step.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, so you see, look, like
I just think it's hard to believe that I don't know what Orbs' mission is. Like, are they going to try to onboard 1 billion people? I don't know. But
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
a little naive for Web3 social media platforms to think like we're going to bring everybody onto our platform.
Well, okay, I will say, okay, so you're hating on Orb right now, but it's okay, right?
I'm not hating on Orb. I like the idea. I like the idea. I love, like, I'm all about content ownership. Like, you guys know, I'm all about it. But I'm just saying, if their mission is to get everybody off of other social media platforms onto their Web3 platform, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, I see. Okay. So, one thing I do like about it is like I think that Brandon is talking about this like the orb selling built in. That's pretty cool. Like the content ownership and the monetization. So you can actually monetize your own content. So let's just say you have you made your own music, right? You can monetize your own music on the blockchain side, right? Without really having anybody trying to control it, right? It's fully monetizable through there, which I think is pretty cool, honestly. Right? You can monetize it and do whatever you want with it, right? Certain people can buy it, and I don't exactly know how people can buy it, but I'm guessing they have that built in already. But I don't know. I think it's like, yeah, there's not many people on it, but I will say like they have got some pretty big players on it. I think they're really trying to do a lot with it. And they're getting like a lot of players to use it. Like I think Alchemy, they're trying to get Alchemy users to use it. They're trying to get like Build Space users to use it, developer DAOs, Doodles, for example. You actually have like communities. For example, I think it'd be big for like NFT communities, right? Like Alchemy University, Build Space, for example.
Go to
Doodles is on here. Yeah, go ahead.
Go back up. Click on the Alchemy University because I have their NFT. I'm in it.
Oh, you're in Orb?
No, I'm in Alchemy University.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, that's cool. So it's just a timeline, and you share tweets basically, or like update statuses.
I guess so. Right now,
That's kind of cool.
Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, I guess so. Right. I guess so. And when you tweet, I guess it just looks so much similar like Twitter.
It's basically a Twitter clone, is what I'm getting.
It's a Twitter clone, you guys.
It's a blockchain Twitter clone. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah.
So it says join the network with 100,000. So they have around 100,000 users right now.
Users, which is not small.
Not bad.
And then what they're gonna do is they're probably gonna introduce at some point like a monthly subscription.
Yeah, of course they are.
to get you to get your check mark pretty
Blue
much.
check mark? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not against it, you guys. I'm not against it. I am all for
Paying for
paying
verification.
verification. I'm all for it. I fucking hate the amount of people that get spammed right now by these duplicates who are me, and I'm all for paying that. I am all for, because I have had people who have spent thousands of dollars, I'm guessing, because they got scammed by someone who looks like me that's not actually me.
So
Yeah.
what's the difference between like if you pay for verification and it's
Yeah.
$10 a month for Twitter Blue,
Yeah.
what if someone makes an account that looks just like you and also pays for Twitter Blue? Then what do we do?
Well, then what do we do?
You're
I'm
who?
not sure. But I mean, I don't know. But I'm guessing those people who make those free accounts, I don't know if they might be able to afford the $10 a month potential. That's the biggest thing, right?
Maybe.
I'll definitely clean it up.
You know, and I feel like at that point, once you pay the $10 a month, I think, well, for example, Instagram is introducing this as well. I'm not sure if you know about that, but Instagram is also introducing
no,
this.
I didn't.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are finally introducing this. Finally. So they're following steps with like Twitter, which is, it's so funny because everybody was hitting on Twitter when they were doing it. And now they're like, oh, let's join Twitter now. You know?
Now that Instagram's doing it, everybody's gonna be gonna be okay with it all of a sudden.
Exactly. But yeah, so the orb was pretty cool. You guys can check this out. And the last thing we want to talk about is Coinbase launching their Ethereum level 2 network, L2, layer 2 network, not level 2 network. So Dan, you want to talk to us about that?
Okay, so I just heard about this yesterday, but they finally rolled out their own platform. It's because they really want to onboard more of their tools on chain and build more of an ecosystem, because they're primarily known as like as a centralized exchange, but they've been a great one that I've used to even buy cryptocurrencies. But they've been primarily centralized, slowly becoming more decentralized by introducing, like, they have their own wallet app where you can actually set up your wallet through Coinbase, which is fully self-custodial. Like, they don't have any ownership or say in what you can do with the wallet. It's like creating it with MetaMask. So they're slowly becoming more decentralized, and surprised us with this drop of building their own layer 2, which is built on Optimism. To get more technical, it's another layer 2 chain, and they're just building on top of it. And it's very interesting to see. They did they're doing right now like a limited drop of like memorizing them being part of a layer 2 now, which you could actually use on their testnet, which they'll eventually roll out on mainnet soon. But it's pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting this from Coinbase, because they posted like some teaser. They literally posted a picture of a blue dot on Twitter. No one had no idea what that was supposed to mean.
Coinbase did that?
Right?
Wait, Coinbase did that on
Yeah,
Twitter?
it was like a faded blue dot thing, and that.
Where?
They're like, what the hell is this?
Go to
It's
their
that one. Yeah,
go to the
2 days
Facebook
ago.
Coinbase, yeah. You scroll down, you'll see it.
Philson said Coinbase trying to be the US version of Binance.
Exactly, that's what people were saying. Like Binance, I know they have their Binance like BSC, but I like what Coinbase is
Binance
doing
chain.
right now.
Yeah. It's just a base in layer 2 that offers a secure, low-cost, developer-friendly way for anyone. And it looks like, and it's built also on, so this is built on EVMs. So that means, I'm guessing you'll be able to write, smart contracts, all that stuff, build NFTs, build your, I mean, if it's, I mean, this could this could potentially be, the next, what's it called? Competitor to Polygon.
Oh man. Yes. So currently, like, there's 3 big ones. We got Polygon, there's Optimism, and there's Arbitrum. Arbitrum's been like one of the bigger leaders because they've been already in it for so long. Polygon is making moves with their like ZK EVM. Optimism, don't know too much about it, but they're also a very popular one. They're the only one that I know that has like their own like token, I believe.
Yeah.
I know Polygon has Matic, but
do you think that they will have their own marketplace, NFT marketplace as well for this layer 2?
They'll probably build it into their existing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Which
Coinbase marketplace.
also
Yeah.
the funniest thing in the world, they had like $100 in transaction volume over the course of like a couple days or a week or something last month. It was fucking. I laughed so hard, man.
Yeah, man.
I
No
Yeah.
one
was.
uses that marketplace.
It's so bad.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like
No
some
one uses
people,
it.
some people are just trying to shove it down your throat. It's like here, fucking, you have to
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
use NFTs here, and it's like I
remember the
don't know. I
hype when
don't.
they announced it?
Yeah.
Everybody was so excited, like finally, like a
Oh,
regulated like NFT marketplace, like this is gonna be game changing. And then everybody used it, and they're
no
like,
one.
"Wow, this sucks."
Yeah, so say more base will
I love
operate with a full Ethereum virtual machine compatibility. The program that executes
Yeah.
Ethereum smart contracts.
Yeah.
So that means we will be able to fully build smart contracts. This is why I still say that Solidity is such an important, such an important tool for you to learn. Basically, Base is built with security and scalability to develop dApps. With the underlying security of Ethereum, along with Coinbase's practices, users can access Base from Coinbase, Ethereum Layer, and others interpolate chains.
Yeah.
From Coinbase, Ethereum. Really? So users can access Base from Coinbase, Ethereum Layer 1, and other interpolated chains. Interesting. So, okay. So, like, I'm guessing maybe OpenSea might be able to even connect into this.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see why
Well,
not.
so can Blur then.
Oh,
So
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
yeah, Blur
Fuck.
wins again already.
Oh my god, yeah.
See?
These guys,
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Blur
OpenSea.
literally monopoly on marketplaces.
Dude,
Yeah.
just really quickly, side note, Naz, you got to get an ad blocker, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at your screen right now. All this shit, bro. Claim now, 100 free wins. Oh my god, bro.
I don't. Okay. Here's why I don't do ad blockers. Okay, because I like ads. Okay.
What? Who
No,
likes ads?
Someone who does business.
So you like
Okay.
looking at what other people are doing and taking
Yeah.
note. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
even what's his name? Even for example, like Gary V. I don't know if you know Gary V, but Gary V doesn't have a fucking
Yeah.
ad blocker. He talked about this shit because he's like, I like
Yeah.
to see what other ads are out there because he himself makes ads, right? Of course, for
Yeah.
businesses and so forth. So it's a way for you to learn to see where the market is at, to see what's going on. So in that aspect, yeah.
Yeah. Everything I hear from
Okay.
Gary V, I take with a pinch of salt. He's an interesting guy. I'll say that.
Okay. You've got everybody.
I know you love him. I won't shit
I
on him.
love the guy, so.
Do you read his books, or have you read any of his books?
I have read his book. Yeah, I have read it.
Yeah.
One of his
Yeah.
books. Yeah.
I have oh, what is it called again? Hold on.
Nice. Yeah, I think I
Crushing
have
It.
his Crushing book. Yeah, Crushing
Yeah,
It.
that's the
Yeah,
one.
I-
That's the one I read. Yeah.
I have this one.
No.
Yeah, that's.
I think I read half of it. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm
Blur,
excited.
Orb.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff, guys.
Coinbase. What did we miss
Yes.
today? What are we not covering?
I don't know. I feel like we covered a lot. I think, and we can cover, of course, a lot
there's
next
so
week as
much.
well. So I think let's do this again next week, and then we can cover some more updates on the
That'd be
NFT
fun.
space. But if there's nothing more in that case, guys, unless you want to say something else, if there's nothing
Whatever you
more,
got.
go ahead.
I got time.
Well, I mean, I don't though. I don't. We have an
Fair
NFT
enough.
project to finish. We're kind of busy right now. We have an NFT project
Can
to
you?
finish.
I'm interested. Do you guys have the ability to share what you're working on?
Probably in the next week or two we can.
Cool.
Like
Yeah, in the
everything,
next
yeah.
week or two we can. Yeah, we've been working on the Tron blockchain. I'll tell you that for sure. So that one has been.
Oh,
a
you're working
pain
on
in-
Tron.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
that has been a pain in my
Yeah.
ass to work on, and Daniel's ass as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Tron is not the most developer friendly, for sure. But
No.
I will say that like where it is cool is that like if you know how to work on Tron, it makes you such a good blockchain developer because
Yeah.
it makes you so good. I mean, like Daniel can talk about this probably more, but like okay, so like instead of gas fees,
Yeah.
what do you use, Daniel?
Okay, so it's treated a little bit differently. Um, So instead of gas fees, it's called energy, but there's another fee you have to pay, which is called bandwidth. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
bandwidth is just refers to the size of the function that you're basically calling. And then
Exactly.
the gas fee, aka energy fees, how much you pay for the computation of the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Okay,
have to
interesting.
stake to get that. Like it's not just like you use
You have to
ETH.
stake to get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, let me see if I can actually, let me cancel this one. Let me see if I can actually like pop it up. Let me see, because I need the fucking password.
Hide your
Here.
screen.
I know. Don't worry. Hold on.
I was at
Let
a
me
I
see.
was at a conference about probably 2 or 3 months ago, and this guy, he was showing this platform he's building with NFTs and carbon credits, as selling carbon credits as NFTs, which is really
Uh-huh.
cool. And he pulled up his password screen on the live stage in front of like 100 people. It was so
That's
embarrassing.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That sucks. And what if the password is
Yeah.
like, is like something weird,
Oh, it wasn't anything embarrassing or whatever, but it was just like, we could see it.
Yeah, unfortunately. So for example, okay, so you see, for example, I have energy and I have bandwidth, right? So, and these get renewed
Okay.
automatically every single day. So you see this bar, so it's almost like gas fees. So you have a certain amount of gas fees that you can use per day, right? And then that depends on how much TRX you've staked. So basically what you do is you stake your TRX, right? So for example, here I go here and I hit obtain, and I can get bandwidth or I can get energy, and both are necessary for you to make transactions, right?
Yeah.
So I can do bandwidth and I can stake, for example, let's just say 10 TRX, right? I stake, and I have to stake it for at least 72 hours, by the way. Okay, I hit stake. Now right here it pops up with my transaction right here. I hit sign. I hit okay, right? And then if I go to resources, I believe, right? You can see this is all the stuff I've staked, right? This is all the stuff I've
Oh,
staked.
interesting.
Right there. So 3,000, and you can see I can unstake it. So technically, I'm like staking almost like Ethereum, right? To get gas fees, and then I can use those gas fees to make transactions on the blockchain.
Mhm.
Do you see? Not to get gas fees, but to get gas. Almost like to get fuel to make transactions. And so they call it like they call it like free transactions technically, because you're staking, but you also can unstake later on. So I can put in $10 and then I can get like gas to make transactions, but after 72 hours, I can take that $10 back and I still have $10.
That's cool.
Do you see what I mean? So I haven't really
Yeah.
used up any money to actually like make transactions on the blockchain. You see? So that's where it's interesting in that aspect, but that's also where it makes it 10 times harder to actually use. like,
Oh man.
like nobody really knows. What's up, Alexandra? Good to see you. Nobody really knows, like, how do you obtain? And then what the hell is this voting shit? Like, you know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So when project you're building this NFT project
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
did they come to you and they ask for advice on which blockchain to launch it on? Or did they specifically request you to
No,
build it
they
on
told
Tron?
us to their whole infrastructure is currently on Tron, so they told us to launch on
Okay.
Tron. Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
we had to learn a lot about Tron. There's a lot. Daniel, he fucking ripped half of his head off, his hair off probably at this point, as a result.
So I'm okay.
So is
Yeah.
that all you guys are working on right now? Is only this one Tron project?
Yeah, this one Tron project, it's been taking basically most of our time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how long
Yeah.
have you been working on it now, and when are you expecting to
4
launch?
months. 4 months. 4 months.
You've
We've
been
been
working on it
it.
for 4 months,
Yes.
and you're launching when?
Anticipated.
Anticipated.
I anticipate launch in a month or 2 months.
Nice.
In a month to 2 months. They're building it because right now they're working on NFT. They're also working on their own marketplace as well. So it's gonna be their own marketplace that we're launching. So we'll be working actually
cool.
building out a marketplace too, for users as well. So that's gonna be really exciting too. So we have a lot of stuff that's basically like in the coming forward. But of course, we are open to, like, we want to learn to build in any blockchain. We should be blockchain agnostic. Right?
Yeah.
At this point, we have an amazing team between Daniel to Alex and so many other guys who know blockchain on our blockchain at this point, senior developers, and we know Web3 developers, meaning they know front end and how to integrate with blockchain. So with all of us, in terms of all the knowledge that we have, like we can pretty much launch a project on any blockchain at this point. And so I'm really excited to just kind of learn even more, honestly, on this kind of stuff. So
Cool.
yeah. But it's cool. Definitely,
Exciting.
those of you who are interested, check out Tron, of course. But I will say it is not the most developer friendly, especially the documentation.
Well, what can you do?
Yeah. But that's pretty much it, I think other than that, guys, thank you so much for coming. Foster, thank you so much for being here as well. Daniel,
Hey,
likewise.
happy to.
Let's do it again next week. I'm excited. This is a cool little chat we got going on.
Yeah,
those of-
I like it a lot. Let's do
Those
it.
of you guys who like to follow along on Daniel and Foster, I will put their Instagram handles down below in the description. So if you guys want to follow along on their journeys and what they're working on, I hope, Foster, you're making content. If you're not, you gotta be fucking making content.
I don't do blockchain stuff on Instagram too much, but it's all on Twitter. I do Twitter.
Okay, so I will put your
Twitter
Twitter
and-
handle.
LinkedIn, I post a ton right now.
Okay, so I'll just put your Twitter handle, and I'm sure your LinkedIn is on there as
Yeah,
well.
it's all there.
And then same thing for Daniel. I'll put your link. I think your Instagram handle is more important right now, correct?
Instagram and Twitter, because I've been actually posting a lot on Twitter too.
God, you guys. All right. Anyways,
Wait,
guys,
you're the Instagram guy, okay?
I'm an Instagram guy. I'm the Instagram and the YouTube guy. That's
There you
that's
go.
where I want to build the brand. That's how I want to connect with you guys
Good.
there. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.